So today children we are going to start to present the accounting equation where each and every transaction that a business enterprise will perform will be shown in the accounting equation form, and for each and every successive transaction we have to see whether the accounting equation is balanced or not. So for this particular table is prepared. In this table there are three columns. The first column is serial number. This column should be a smaller one. The serial number column, you may write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or small Roman 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I as it is given in the question that will be given to you. Then in the particular column should be the biggest column, the spacious one, because over here you have to write down the transaction that is given in the question. Then the asset is equal to capital plus liability. This column is to be prepared, and this column should be a bit smaller than the particular column, so that you can adjust these three figures in it. Now what I am going to do is, over here I will write down some transactions, and here I will present them in the accounting equation form by drawing this table. So when a business is started, the first thing to start the business is to introduce some capital, is to invest the capital. So the first transaction is started business with cash rupees 5 lakh. It can also be written as capital invested rupees 5 lakhs. Whatever is the statement that is given. This is the question that you have in your question paper or in your book, and here is the answer to it, the solution to this particular transactions. So the first transaction is started business with cash rupees 5 lakh. Whatever are the words given over here, statement that is given over here, you have to copy it as it is. Now see here, we have invested money in the business. What the business is getting? It is getting cash. Cash is an asset. So our asset is going to increase. We will write rupees 5 lakh under assets. Now this 5 lakh represented our capital. So we will write 5 lakh under capital head. So 5 lakh under asset head, 5 lakh under capital head. Nothing has been there for the liability in this transaction. So liability will be shown as 0. Don't put a dash over there. You have to, neither you will put a dash nor you will write nil. You will write 0. So this transaction has been written in the accounting equation form, and it has proved to be a balanced equation. 5 lakh is equal to 5 lakh plus 0 is 5 lakh. Both the sides are equal. Now the second transaction is deposited rupees 3 lakh in bank. We have deposited rupees 3 lakh in our bank account. Now the money, 5 lakh was the cash that was invested. Out of this, 3 lakh has been deposited into the bank. So the cash is going in the bank. Bank balance is also our asset. So our asset of rupees 3 lakh is increasing. Of 3 lakh is increasing, and the cash balance is decreasing because it is going out. So 3 lakh will be added and 3 lakh will be subtracted from the assets for this particular transaction. No effect on capital, no effect on liability. Both will be shown as 0, 0. So from 5 lakh plus 3 lakh is equal to 8 lakh minus 3 lakh, again it comes to 5 lakh. And here it is 5 lakh. Again the accounting equation after this transaction is balanced. Now the third transaction, you have purchased some goods for rupees 10,000. Purchase goods for rupees 10,000. Now in this transaction, it is not mentioned whether the goods were purchased on cash basis or on credit basis. Nothing is mentioned. It is just given purchase goods for rupees 10,000. So when cash or credit is not mentioned and a transaction is given in this order, you will assume that transaction to be a cash transaction. Means you have purchased goods for cash. You will write it purchase goods for rupees 10,000 because we have to copy it. So 10,000 by rupees 10,000, our asset is going to increase because these goods that we are purchasing, they will be added to the stock, and stock is an asset. So 10,000 will be added to the asset. On the other hand, cash is going out, so 10,000 will be subtracted from the assets because cash is an asset. No effect on capital, no effect on liability. So for both 0, 0 will be written. Now we will again calculate it. 5 lakh plus 10,000 is equal to 5 lakh 10,000 minus 10,000 is equal to 5 lakh, and here 5 lakh. Again the accounting equation is balanced after this transaction, after transaction 3rd. Now the transaction 4th, purchase goods for rupees 20,000 in cash. Here it is clearly mentioned that the goods have been purchased for rupees 20,000 and that also in cash. It is a cash transaction. We will copy this transaction over here. 5 lakh was the amount of assets, 20,000 is the amount of goods purchased which will be added to the assets as stock, and 20,000 will be subtracted from the assets because the cash has been paid for these purchases. So the balance comes again 5 lakh. 5 lakh plus 20,000, 5 lakh 20,000 minus 20,000 is equal to 5 lakh. And in capital and liability there will be no effect. So 0, 0 will be placed. So 5 lakh plus 0. Again the accounting equation is balanced. Now 5th transaction, purchase goods from A for rupees 30,000 in cash. We have purchased goods from A for rupees 30,000 in cash. Here again it is a cash transaction because we have purchased the goods from Mr. A and we have paid him. So our asset will increase by rupees 30,000 because we have purchased the goods and these goods will constitute our stock, and cash is going out, so 30,000 will be subtracted. No effect on capital, no effect on liability, both will be 0. Therefore from 5 lakh plus 30,000, 5 lakh 30,000 minus 30,000, again it comes to 5 lakh, and here again 5 lakh. Again the accounting equation is balanced. Now the 6th transaction, purchase goods from B for rupees 40,000. Now here again the same problem arises. That is, it is not clearly mentioned that this transaction is a cash transaction or a credit transaction. only the name of the person from whom the goods have been purchased is mentioned and the amount of the goods has been mentioned. So whenever the name of the person is given and cash or credit transaction is not mentioned, it will be assumed to be a credit transaction. Here it is cash transaction, where over here cash or credit was not mentioned, but the name of the person from whom the goods were purchased was also not mentioned. In this case, the purchase is mentioned, the name of the person is mentioned, amount is mentioned, but cash or credit is not mentioned. So where the name is mentioned, it becomes a credit transaction, and where the name is not mentioned, it becomes a cash transaction. So you have purchased goods from B for rupees 40,000. Now whenever the goods are purchased on credit, our liabilities increase in form of creditors. जब हम उधार में माल खरीदेंगे तो उन बंदों को जिनसे हमने उधार में माल खरीदा है उनको हमें पैसा देना होगा in the near future. So they become our creditors, and the creditors are liabilities. So over here, goods are coming in, our stock is going to increase, assets will increase by rupees 40,000. On the other hand, our liabilities are also going to increase by rupees 40,000 because we have purchased the goods on credit. So the person from whom we have purchased the goods on credit becomes a creditor, which is a liability. Now we will add up from in 5 lakh, add 40,000, it comes to 5 lakh 40,000. Here no effect on capital, so 5 lakh plus 0 is equal to 5 lakh, and here our creditor B is increasing, so 40,000 rupees will be added to the liabilities. Now the equation is again balanced. 5 lakh 40,000 is equal to 5 lakh plus 40,000 is 5 lakh 40,000. Both the sides are equal, so the accounting equation is balanced. Now the 7th transaction, purchase goods from C on credit rupees 50,000. We are purchasing goods from C. We have purchased goods from C on credit. It is clearly mentioned that it is a credit transaction, and the amount is also given rupees 50,000. We will copy it. 5 lakh 40,000 was the previous balance. 50,000 goods we have purchased, so our stock will increase. That is, our asset is going to increase. We will add it to it. It comes to 5 lakh 90,000. On capital, there will be no effect. 5 lakh plus 0 is equal to 5 lakh. Our liabilities in form of creditor will increase by rupees 50,000. So 40,000 plus 50,000 is equal to 90,000. Say your page ends after this transaction. So what you are going to do, at the end, very end, you will draw double lines for all the 3 columns. And here in the particular column, you will write total carried down. This total carried down you will write near to this line. In the next page, when you will again draw this format, and at the very beginning, after drawing the format and writing down the heads of the columns, serial number, particulars, assets is equal to capital plus liability, you will write total B oblique D. Here C oblique D, here B oblique D, 5 lakh 90,000, 5 lakh plus 90,000. And then you will start with the other transactions. Tomorrow, I will not write these transactions over here. I will just write the transactions in the particular column and will prove it in accounting equation form.